VCF solution. So when you buy VCF, all features of HCX is already included because HCX is a small brother of NSX. So when you get a VCF, you get an HCX enterprise that can do pretty much everything for you. What's the capability? Hybrid and connected is the network area. So I can do network extension, WAN optimization, traffic engineer in HA. So now I can have my layer 2 extensions in HA mode. Migration, OS assisted migrations is your physical conversion. When you have a physical machine, you have a legacy server that you want to make physical to virtual, use that. Replicated assistive emotion, I'm going to talk about that. Group mobility, I can group my machines for that particular department, and then I can move. Live vMotion, I can book migration. That book migration, it is amazing because you can imagine today is on Wednesday, and you want to plan something for Saturday. So right now, you go there and start your replication now in a Wednesday, because sometimes it's big servers, you need time to replicate that servers, and then your cutover is being Saturday. So the difference between book migrations, vMotion, I'm going to show you in a few seconds. Deployment scenario. I can greenfield. So I have a legacy data center, then I want to migrate it to a new data center on a private cloud. So I can use that like greenfield operations. Consolidation, which means I have my social data center and I can go to another thing. Brownfield operations, which means I can go live to live. So imagine that I have one cluster with legacy hardware. I create a new cluster with the new hardware. I can do cluster to cluster migration now. Okay? And the cloud mobility, I can see, like I said, anything to anywhere. Let's do a little demo now and see how easy it is to do those things. Pretty much what I need to do, I need to download one appliance on the source side and one appliance on the destination side. On this case, I deploy, I'm going to show here that I deploy a virtual machine, HCX, and OFC. I'm going to go there, log on that appliance, and I'm going to use your administrator. I'm going to do a site pairing. First thing that I do is site pairing. Okay, that site. So I can, the beauty of HCX, I can have one-to-many or many-to-one. So that's the beauty. I can do one-to-many and many-to-one. So pretty much what I do, the compute profile, which means I'm going to choose my vCenter, my network, my storage, where are going to be my source and my destination. That's my profile. In the service mesh is when I choose which kind of services that I want to use. I don't need to use all the services at own. Sometimes I only want to do a network extension. Sometimes I want to do network extensions and vMotion. So I can pick any kind of services that I want on that compute profile. So I can choose more options in my compute profile. And service mesh is when I bound the two sites together. So you can see here, I can pick all my network, going to be my megash network, what's going to be my distributed switch, because when I do network extension, I want to need to choose what's going to be my source distributed switch and my destination distributed switch, so they can create a layer 2 extension. Here, for the network guys, I show all the fire rules that require communications between both sites. Now, I'm going to show how easy it is to go there and create a network extension. So I have one VLAN 160 already extended. So now go extend a new VLAN. You're going to analyze my source distributed switch. You're going to find the network there. You're going to give me the default gateway. Define the destination. And then I'm going to submit. What they're going to do? They're going to create a port group in my destination vCenter. You see there's only 160. In a few seconds, layer 2 extension underline 160. Now we're going to create layer 2 extension 170. They do the extension. Why I want to do the extension first? Because when I go do VMotion from one side to another, my machine is going to continue leveraging and pinging, no lost connectivity. So that's why. Imagine with VMotion, one machine from here, from Las Vegas to New York, and no ping loss. Maybe going to bounce a little bit latency. Now, latency is going to be bigger. Refresh their process. And the beauty is, with network extension, I have also some extra capacity. I'm not able to demo here, but I mean, there to talk. Mobility, optimizing network is a way that you can avoid hair peering. Because except if I move one machine from here to New York, probably going to add 40 milliseconds in that latency there, but I'm going to be able to do that. So now with that network extension done, I'm going to do a VMotion from one side to another. So pretty much I need to choose a machine. I can choose multiple machines at the same time. I'm going to define what cluster and what data store. And see, the magic it is, if the machine that I founded is already has a network extension, they're going to map it automatically. If not, I'm going to need choose the network extension on the other side. Then I choose VMotion. Start migration. What is the difference between VMotion and the next one? VMotion is really a VMotion, the traditional VMotion. So you have no control if you're going to take 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 10 hours, or 2 days, because you're relying on network speed to do that. So they have no control, like change the window to do that, because you started and you waited. Of course, with the loop compressions, you can be a little faster, but you don't have the control. And if something fails in this move, you lose all that time. And if the VMotion occurs successful and you want to fall back, you need VMotion back. So if you take 5 hours to VMotion to another side, and then you need to fall back, 5 hours to VMotion back to the source side. So VMotion is like our traditional VMotion, okay? So now, I'm going to show to you how easy it is to make diagnosis. I migrate one machine to another side. I'm going to see my network extensions and I show a MAC address of my remote machine, which means I can control, I can make a check, I can make investigation, troubleshooting. Oh, I migrate one machine to another site. Oh, the network extension is not working. Let's see if the MAC address is matching everything. So I can use that. So the MAC address is the same MAC address of the machine that I migrate to another site. So, which means is when I migrate that machine to another site, my latency increases from 1 millisecond to 2 milliseconds because I have 1 giga a link between both sites for this demo. Now, I'm going to do bulk migration. Let's pause the video here a second. Okay, bulk migration. In bulk migration, they allow me to schedule a change window, which means it's like I said, today is Wednesday. I can plan this for Saturday. So I can open a change, record, and thing. So I can start right now. You're going to replicate all my data, and then I'm going to replicate the data, delta, until the schedule time. 5 minutes before they go there, do the final sync, shut down the VM, migrate to another site, and I'm going to show to you. Oh, Tarsio, imagine if I plan 1 week for that, and then my replication starting sooner, finish sooner, because maybe I have a good link, The do compression work pretty well. Can I change this to a sooner date? Yes, you can reschedule this anytime. Because when you finish, they're going to be waiting there, waiting for the migration window. Then you know that your application went through perfectly to another site. What's the beauty of the bulk migration? Bulk migration, you're going to see, they're going to replicate the machine to another site. The replication they use is kind of VSC replications in the background embedded here. But you don't lose your data. You're going to see that is one very cool. Doing that migration in bulk migrations, you allow to change some parameters on the destination. If you wanna, you can change DNS names, because sometimes you wanna migrate one server to another location, change the IP address because you don't wanna do the layer 2 extension. Maybe you wanna do migrate to another site, but you need to make some change. You can change that. You can change host name, SSID, network. You can do some change. You see, now change the icon here, not for vMotion, but now it is brown, like buck. Now we're gonna see what they're gonna do. They're gonna shut down the machine on-prem. That machine on-prem, we're gonna be renamed. Okay, you see? Linux timestamp. Oh, my bad. Okay, that's why I wanted to. They got, okay, got here. Okay, duplicate slide. They're gonna, a few seconds, they're gonna. Okay, I think it's past it. Okay, got here. Buck. Let's finish the buck. Migration complete. Oh, nice. There you go. So the machine get renamed. That's the Linux timestamp. Is when that machine got. That machine is gonna be power off and rename it, but rename it only here in vCenter database. The files not got in that store is untouched, so not lose your data. So different of vMotion, when you do vMotion, all your data is gone to another site. Here, I power off the machine on the original site, rename it, and it's connected from the network. In Sumer, you see, there's network none. They connected for safety. That machine is going to be power on in another site. So in site B, can be the same cluster. Now can be cluster to cluster. That machine is there. See, it's connected. So the machine is up and running now in the site B. Of course, a little bit more latency because there's another site. But now imagine that you receive a call for your application, database say, change fail. We need the site to fall back. The good news is you don't need to wait more than 5 minutes to fall back. You come here on the destination site, pretty much shut down the machine, go back in the original site, rename the machine, and reconnect it. So I'm deleted from this. Can be deleting the machine from my destination site because the change got failed for some reason. I'm gonna come here, rename it, have reconnected network, and power on. Boom! 5 minutes. I fail back my change. No hours of replication data back. That's one of the beauty of bulk migration. You can plan, you can reschedule, and you'll have a fallback plan fast if you need it. Then the machine come back in 1 milliseconds in a local prem. If this was a vMotion migration, imagine 5, 10 hours to vMotion back to this. So the same way that I do this matching vCenter to, so local vCenter to local vCenter, this could be a local vCenter to a vCenter running in Amazon, or vCenter running Google or Azure or any another IBM, OVH. So it's VMware to VMware migration. Another thing that the HCX does, embedded, already licensed, you can do disaster recovery. So imagine you have a lot of branch offices. You can have HCX doing disaster recovery to your primary site, or even to a disaster recovery site. In the end of the day, this is a VSphere applications with make VSphere applications for all your machines to another site using this application too. I can test. What's the difference between this and SRM? The application engine is the same. VSphere applications with the Duke compression in backend. But SRM has all the maturity, all the orchestration layer, all the steps for do that. These don't have. But at least if you think in this way, the most important maybe sometimes is not lose your data. So this is an embedded way that I can go there and do a disaster recovery of my machine to another site. And I can choose RPO, RTO, I can test, fallback. Of course, it's machine by machine, but I have something to not lose my data, okay? And then I can go there and do disaster recovery. I test it, and then I can fall back. So pretty much it is another thing. So here, data plane diagnosis. I can check how is my health connections between both sides. So HCX gives you a lot of way to troubleshooting. So let's see my diagnosis. You can see how is my connections between site A or site B. Oh, network extensions work properly. How is my performance between one site to another? They can give it to you all those kind of diagnosis between them. That is the new features for HCX. So if you pause for a second, say, so I have a tool that I can migrate my workload for anywhere to anywhere, cloud to cloud, cloud to physical, physical to physical, or even another hypervisor like Hyper-V or KVM. So I can use that tool, and that tool is embedded on any VCS license. That's one good thing. I have here this presentation. I'm going to be over there asking questions about that. But thinking this way, coming back a little bit, I have passion to do this. You can do everything. Interconnectivity, one optimization, network extension. Sometimes we will think about peak season. You talk about Black Friday. So I have whatever, 200 web servers on-prem. Do I need scale? I don't have capacity. You go there, contract any colocation, Google Cloud, Azure, AWS, to burst capacity for 10 days, one month maybe. You can clone your machines, extend this to the cloud, vMotion there, use it, and then shut down everything because you have the capability. So you can even do one thing that I want to finish too, because I'm almost close my time, replicating assisted vMotion. That is amazing. So imagine that I'm gonna do vMotion plus block migration. So I started replication all my chunk of data. Imagine I'm gonna replicate on a vMotion machine 500 GB, almost 500. It's a lot of big machine, or even 1 tera machine. It's gonna take a lot of time to make that data to another one. So I started this like this replicated assisted vMotion. He's gonna start in the background, replicate all my data. So all my 1 tera data gonna be there. And then on the scheduled time, they're gonna do vMotion. So the machine is not gonna down, because the traditional bulk migration, there's outage, at least 5 minutes outage. They're gonna shut down the machine, sync the delta, and then pour on the machine the another side. So I have downtime. I have 5-10 minutes downtime, depending on how big the machine it is. But if you do replicate a system of motion, you're going to replicate all your data, and then the vMotion, you're going to replicate pretty much the last bytes in the memory. And then, boom. You have a way that you have a controlled way to do vMotion. So that's one beauty of this. Bulk migration, physical to virtual, so it's a tool that can do everything for you, anywhere, any cloud. That's the beauty, guys. So thank you so much to be here. It's a pleasure to talk. I can find me easily on Twitter. My Twitter is @Tarsio, my name, very simple. It's Tarsio at Gmail, it's Tarsio.Moraes@Broadcom. And I'm here to answer any questions for you guys. And thank you so much.